This is my old corded planer. This is my new cordless planer. Let me explain. So for a few weeks now, I've had a job that I agreed to do. It's for the family. And I agreed to go and help out and sort out 5 doors in their house. And I finally got a bit of time sort of coming up, and I thought, right, I'll just go and dig my planer out. So got my planer out, my electric planer. I mean, you know, it's getting a bit old and tired. I don't use it much. You know, it's not something I use a lot. But what happened was, basically, I got sort of pushed into where I was going to have a load of it to do anyway. So I think it was the extended part of this. There was another part of this family that then wanted a door hanging, which I said, yeah, okay, I can do that. And then a lady that I'd done some work for before in Bridlington rang up, and she wanted her doors easing after having her new carpets put down. Which another little side story to that was, they said 3 of the doors are rattling when we get a draft. I had a look, and this bespoke joiner had put the latches in back to front, so that you could push the doors open, but needed to drop the handle to push it. So, I mean, that's a quick job, you know. It's just 6 screws, flip it over, and the 6 screws back in again. But anyway, so yeah, I've got these jobs lined up. So I went and dug out my planer, and I thought, yeah, my son had it last. These blades are looking a bit tired, and there was a lot of nicks and notches in them. So I went down to the local store, power tool place, and said I need some new 82mm blades for my planer. And they said, we don't have them in stock. So we'll have you some in for, I think it was Monday, and then they weren't there the Monday, they were there the Tuesday anyway. So I got these blades, took them home, and proceeded to switch the blades in my planer. So first up, I can't find my 8mm spanner. Okay. So I went back down to the tool store and got myself a new 8mm spanner. And knew I'd struggle because the swines for rounding off these bolt heads. And I changed one blade, loosened one bolt in the other, and then there was 2 bolts that I couldn't loosen. Great. And as much as I tried, I even took a grinder to a pair of self-grip pliers to see if I could get them in there, and I managed to get it in the gap and still couldn't loosen them with that. So in the end I thought, right, I'm getting nowhere fast. Got my grinder out, cut the heads off them. So 2 bolts, got the heads cut off, managed to take out the block that holds the blade, removed the other bits of thread. I knew that there were going to be an awkward thread. Went back to the tool shop. I said, I think they're an M5. They said, well, the genuine parts you're looking at 4 to 7 days. You know, I haven't got that long. I need them now. So basically, I'm then on the hunt for an M5 hex head bolt. And I found plenty of M5s, but none of them with a hex head. And they've got to have a hex head because you've got to be able to get a spanner on them. So I couldn't get them in the end. So the wife said, look, just swallow the cost and get another planer. I went on eBay and I found some bolts, ordered them. And there weren't a lot, but I've ordered a bag of 10 bolts. And there was still no guarantee they were going to turn up in time. And I needed to have my planer working for Saturday morning, so that I could go and do this job in Bridlington first up. So in the end, I bit the bullet. I went back down to the tool store and I bought the new cordless planer, which, as it happens, is an absolute beast. I mean, I already had the battery, so I only needed to buy the naked unit, and it's relatively cheap actually. It was 120 plus VAT, I think, something like that. So it wasn't superiorly expensive or anything like that, but it's still a good chunk of money to lay out on a a new tool when you didn't really want one. Like I say, I was extremely impressed, to be fair, and I never even had to charge the battery once for 5 doors. And one of them needed quite a lot off. And I knew what would happen. Yeah, sure enough, the belts turned up Saturday morning. So I'm not sure whether to keep the new blades out of that one as a spare for this one, or just put it all together and sell it as a working machine with new blades. You know, whether I'll just keep it, I'm not sure yet. So yeah, but yeah, it was plain to see that I wasn't going to get anywhere fast with that job. So anyway, it's done now. Also Saturday morning I went to see a gentleman's sink in Driffield because he's a disabled guy, and he dropped a metal oven pan in his sink, which is one of those resin plastic sink things. I've never been a lover of them, to be honest. I started using them about what you started seeing them show up about 30 years ago now. Started seeing them showing up in kitchens a lot. But basically what's happened is he's put a hole in the bottom corner of it, so I've been and sorted him, I priced up for a new stainless steel one with taps and everything, and he went for that price, so I'm going back to fit that sometime this coming week. I think the sink should arrive at MKM either Wednesday or Thursday. So not a crazy busy week, but busy enough with having like the family here and stuff like that as well. You know, she stayed until yesterday. She went yesterday. In fact, she was actually still there when I got back from Bridlington after doing the job in Brid. So yeah, it's just annoying, the whole planer scenario, but yeah, to be honest, it's actually a really nice tool. I was quite impressed. I mean, obviously it's one of those, it hasn't got as big a bite. It'll only bite 2mm at a time instead of 4mm like my electric one would, but the lack of having a cable there dangling, pulling away, and you know, and the weight difference, it's spurred me on to go and buy a dust bag for it, because I bought the bare unit and I found a dust bag going cheaply on eBay, and it's just a matter of waiting for that to turn up. Was it eBay? Might have been Amazon actually. Actually, I think it was Amazon, but it was one without Prime, and it was going to be quite pricey with the Prime on, so I thought, well, I'll just get that one, and when it turns up it'll be there for when I go and do these other jobs. So it just means that I can then plane inside rather than having to, I mean, as it happens, this one at Bridlington, they were just the lightweight hollow doors, so I was able to just, and they were all new, so there was no paint digging or anything like that, because you know, like normally you go to a door and you've got to clear all the paint off around the hinge, because otherwise when you pull it off it rips all the wood casing off, and there was no flat-headed screw heads to chop the paint out of either. They were literally all brand new posi drive screws, so it was a very quick job. You know, it was literally, they were on 3 hinges, so it was like 9 screws, door off, take it outside. So it was like 2 of them were upstairs, so I had to run down the stairs with them. But yeah, they didn't need too much off. I think one of them needed about 4mm off and another needed 6, but then I got to one downstairs that needed about, how much was it? Must have had about 14mm off it in the end. It was just where there was like a bit of a step up. But yeah, it was all good and done by the end of it.
The seasons come and go like thoughts of you, like a wave returns to the sea into the blue. They change but in a cycle that I can't lose. Each painful but delightful to live through. You came into my life just like another season, not for them, just a time, just like another season. You came into my life just like another season, not for them, just a time, just like another season. The seasons turn and change just like your mind. Like the sun gives into the moon, into the night. Time continues marching, it slowly crawls. With each new one starting, I recall.
I can't find my crutch key. You know what I mean? The long one for turning off the outside stop tap. No, I can't find it. They're not expensive, I'll have to buy another one. I'm not sure whether that's somebody... looks like they're trying to set up a band or something. So anyway, yeah, I'm in my work garb. So yeah, you can see. Basically, I've done an emergency call-out job today. So yeah, I've been working Bank Holiday Monday. So yeah, sorry I didn't get the VOD finished yesterday, guys. I think I was sort of losing the will a bit yesterday. The thing is, I'm still doing a portion of the wife's care until this other carer's sort of trained up to do it on her own sort of thing, and then it won't be so bad. But yeah, I've still got plenty of plastic pipe left. I've got a couple of different brands there though. I've got some 15mm Het2O, I've got a load of 10mm Het2O, and I've got some 15mm Polyplum, I think. Yeah, Polyplum. So yeah, I've just been called out to a leak basically. They'd already turned off their outside main tap. It was just a case of, you know, they needed the leak sorting. If you're going to learn to sing. Oh dear. So yeah, but it's, I don't know. It just seems to go a bit mad sometimes. It's sort of like, what was it? It was like I got this job, and then all of a sudden the wife needed me, and then the grandson needed me, because I took the grandson off to the skateboard park. I went and picked him up, and him and a friend took them to the skateboard park, and I obviously just hadn't hung around long enough. It said on Facebook that they were going to be open 2 till 6. I dropped him off just after 6. There were a few people there, but not actually on the ramps, admittedly. They'd gone in, so I drove away, and if I'd waited longer I'd have found out that basically the place was closed. They need a better option in place, the Driffield Skate Park. They need to, you know, the trouble is, what they're doing is they're just relying on social media, and then relying on everybody seeing it. And we all know what social media is like now. You don't get the most recent. First, it's all getting mixed up, and somebody's decided how you should see what you want to see. So basically, you're at a loss. You know, it's unless you actually turn on the notifications for a post, you will not know what's going on with that situation. So really, they need to have some set hours. If it's not raining, we are open this time till this time. You know, it's just getting crazy. The thing is, it's relying too much on volunteer workers to run it basically, and that's the problem. So I've had a bit of a clear up in here, by the way. Might not look it on camera, but I have had a bit of a clear up in here. There was actually tons of cardboard over there. A good chunk of it was left over from Christmas. I went to use the strimmer the other day. Yeah, my petrol strimmer, the fuel line's gone, so I had to use the electric one. I think I mentioned that actually in my last vlog. Yeah, I did, didn't I? Yeah. It was just because I saw it there and I just thought, oh, I'll mention it, sort of thing. The head trimmer I think is okay. I haven't used that yet this year. But yeah, it's... Like I say, things are just sort of, it just goes from one extreme to the other. You're either sat there watching the wife go to sleep, or you just sort of like all of a sudden rushed off your feet. You know, it's a case of you go to make a drink, all of a sudden the wife needs you, the phone rings, You know, it was just crazy. And now I was, as it happened today, I was actually, this post had just popped up on Facebook. Somebody wanted an emergency plumber, and I thought, I'll go on, and I'm not doing anything else. And great neighbourhood, loads of dogs, and you know, then all of a sudden the wife needed help, and the grandson was on the phone, and it was just chaos. I'm not sure whether to just keep this, but it does weigh some, this old planer. I mean, it's the new blades are actually in it. I've not messed on with it again yet, actually. Is it that one? Yeah, it's that one there that's only got one bolt in the middle at the minute. I don't know if it's showing up on camera. Just in there should be one there and one in there as well. And the other side's in tight. So I'm not sure, really. I'm not sure whether to just keep it as a standby, or like I say, I might just leave the new blades in it and just sell it as a ready to go, you know, because I've actually got a dust bag for that one as well somewhere, or I did have. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, big dust bag for it as well. Chip collection bag. So yeah, because the older ones you had to buy an insert that fitted inside a tube just above the planer block. Whereas the newer ones you don't have to. It's literally they've got these ridges in the outside thing that's what do they call it, airlock, and it's so that you can fit. It's designed basically to lock a Hoover hose onto, and then obviously it'll take a dust bag as well. So, but yeah, it's all been mad and go. So I've got all my tools fully charged up now, ready to go for the week ahead. I've had this other plumber contact me, but he hasn't contacted me back since I answered him. He was asking what I was doing this coming week. I know I've got these doors that I've got to do, and a kitchen sink. Other than that, I'm not sure that I've actually got anything else of my own right now. So I just said, you know, I'm good for the rest of the week, sort of thing. So it'll have to be a case of see what he says. So anyway, I hope you guys have had a good bank holiday. I'm not sure. Is it a bank holiday in America as well? I wouldn't have thought so. Could be though. I'm not sure. And then of course we have one more bank holiday this year, don't we? Before we hit Christmas, which is end of August. Yeah, we've got the August summer bank holiday, haven't we? So I don't know if I told you about this, guys. Yeah, I did that job a few weekends ago, and what happened was I been and picked up all the parts as usual. We pick up these, and what we get is these, you know, these flip-top pipe clips. Basically, they're for 15mm, and those are the Talon branded ones. And what happened was, while I was there, the bloke he says, do you ever need them? I says, yeah, I had to go and buy a few. He says, you know, you just buy them when I need them. He says, oh, don't buy any more. That's a bag of 100. He gave me 5. I think I'm covered till I retire. 15mm pipe clips. Oh dear. That was really good of him. So, and then he gave me some tubes of building mastic as well. So yeah, I'm sort of set for a few things now. But yeah, I mean those new tools that I got. Before the planer the other week, I'd bought that the drill and driver set, because like I said, it's the whole battery thing that's changed over. You know, different brands of battery. Well, it's not the brands, it's the models. Obviously, they've gone from the nickel cadmiums over to the lithium ions. The earlier lithium ions weren't bad, weren't brilliant, and they were easy to break as well. They were a bit fragile, as I found out with the 36 volt one, which yeah, that was knackered in no time, and that was just because I dropped it from a very short height actually. But yeah, they're getting a lot better, a hell of a lot better. I mean, one of the things I found out with DeWalt, they now have what they call a 54 volt flex volt system, basically, and it's on the bigger power tools. I mean, I don't think I'll ever need them, but a 54 volt power tool and you get the battery with it, and if you register them for the warranty, they'll give you a free battery as well. But basically these batteries, they're like a smart battery thing, and basically the voltage is different, but if you put them into an 18 volt or a 12 volt tool, because all the fitting section is the same, they will act as an 18 volt or 12 volt battery respectively. They will act to suit according to the tool that they've been fitted to, which I think is quite impressive. But yeah, I mean these new ones are great. They run up to, I think it's a 5 amp hour, and starting at a 1 amp hour. The 1 amp hour one's like about that thick, and all that happens is they get taller, and I've got the 5 amps which are about that sort of deep, and they fit at a nice sort of, you know, they're not heavy, they fit at a nice level into the tools and what have you. And it was one of those that I used on that electric plane, and like I say, I didn't have to charge it, you know. I think I'd charged it up a couple of days previous, and I'd used it to do a few screws, drill a few holes, that sort of thing, and then use it again for these doors, and it just worked an absolute treat. So I'm absolutely thrilled to bits with them. But I needed to get it because I needed to buy those other tools, basically because my big 24 volt drill was on its way, the clutch is going on it, or the gearbox. So I'm giving it to my son for now, and he'll use it until it's gone. So the only thing I've got left that uses that particular battery size now is this saw over here. That's it there, and that's the battery there, big 24 volt battery. And you can see that is a compound miter saw. Yeah, DeWalt did them years ago, and then I read a post about it, and somebody said basically they think that DeWalt dropped the ball on it. Basically, there was a few other companies that came to the cordless miter saw sort of tool section and did a few, like I think Makita did one and that, and then all of a sudden DeWalt just stopped making theirs. And it's a shame really, because it's perfectly good saw. The biggest problem now is it will be getting batteries for it, because they are running short and they're expensive. The good one is expensive. You can get these cheap third-party ones and they're terrible. I bought one a few weeks ago before I bought these tools. I only paid about £30 for it, and it's just awful. I gave it a full charge and it lasted, I don't think it even lasted 15-20 minutes, to be honest. So I wasn't impressed. So, but yeah, so still grinding away, guys. I am still going to keep up with the vlogs, as I say. And I know I keep saying this, but I have got videos to watch. I know I have. I've got a few that I want to get watched. I think there's about a backlog of about 5 videos for Mr. Cooper now. Sorry, Robert. And I know I've got one of Darren's to watch, and I've noticed, NH Tech, Dave Parent, I've noticed he's just put a few videos up recently as well, because he tends to do like a massive block of them. As soon as he gets time, he'll sit and do an absolute ton of reviews and then upload them all. So yeah, getting the time to watch it all, I think I'm going to be really struggling, but I will definitely watch what I can, guys. So anyway, in saying that, guys, I'm going to get off. I'm going to try and get this edited and uploaded tonight, and we'll see whether that comes to fruition or not. So anyway, guys, have a good week next week. Do take care of yourselves, and I will see you all next time. Cheers, guys. See you.